हेलो सर, कैसे हो?
बस बढ़िया सर।
ऑल वेल।
यस
लेट्स
ऑफ
गो।
कोर्स।
सेट टू गो। आज जाना है आपको? जल्दी आना है सर?
यस एक्चुअली
कोई बात नहीं, आप आराम से करो, मैं तो घर आ गया हूँ, कोई टेंशन नहीं है।
सर मैं बस निकल भाग ही जाऊंगा।
नहीं नहीं सर, आराम से प्रेजेंट करके जाओ प्लीज।
नो प्रॉब्लम नो प्रॉब्लम, थैंक यू।
So you are leaving for Goa this evening?
नो, एक्चुअली माय पेरेंट्स आर कमिंग,
Okay,
सो आई हैव टू पिक देम।
right.
थैंक यू।
वी हैव 1 मिनट ना? निकिता
यस
मैम,
सर।
वी हैव 1 मिनट, ओके। एंड आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग कि मेरा स्क्रीन शेयरिंग करके वो जस्ट चेक कर रहा था ना।
Okay, sir, please.
या विजिबल?
यस सर।
ओके फाइन, थैंक यू।
प्लेजर।
मैं स्टॉप कर देता हूँ। स्टॉप शेयरिंग का ऑप्शन कहाँ है? फाइन।
निकिता जी, my
Yes.
my PPT will be from your side.
What?
I mean, it will be shared from your side.
Oh, okay. So you have to share it with me with sir. I mean in WhatsApp or it. And
Actually, I have mailed it.
okay.
डॉक्टर शंकर, फिर ना वो आप ही कर लो तो ज्यादा बेहतर है वहां से, क्योंकि फिर वो आगे पीछे करने में ना वो हो जाता है, डिसकंटिन्यू हो जाता है थोड़ा सा।
Let me see.
Okay.
वैसे
So
तो
now
मैम कर सकते हैं।
we
Problem
start
is
because we are
my
on air
laptop
now.
is not perfectly working, so I
ओके
No,
ओके।
sir,
requested.
we'll help you. We'll
Mhm.
help you in this. Okay, sir. I welcome you all. Good evening, research populace. Myself, Dr. Nikita Palia, your host for this evening, and head to the training and support team of Innovative Publications, and the founder member of Innovative Education and Scientific Research Foundation. I welcome you all in this webinar where we are trying to unleash the procedure to enhance quality impact of journal and fact about the scientific evaluation of the journal criteria. After extensive studies from our research integrity team that includes the eminent editors, reviewers, and authors, we are here to share the gist of information under the theme Editor's Code of Conduct in Research Integrity and Publishing Practices. So, good evening, all, and thank you for joining. I'm obliged and want to convey my deep regards to all of your presence. It's my privilege to welcome to today's panelists, Dr. S.S. Jha, sir, President IESRF and our mentor, Dr. Sankalp Yadav, sir, and Dr. Lalit Gupta, sir. All are the eminent academician and editors in the reputed journal. Our main motto of this webinar is to understand the pros and cons of journal indexing, quality content, mesh term, and misconduct, and the research integrity. So as a host, me and Yogesh is available during meeting on the chat box for any technical doubts. And my request to all of you that please ask your question and questions in QA box during your during this session. Now I request Dr. SS Jha sir to guide us about the journal indexing and its impacts. Thank you very much, sir. Please accept. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nikita. So it is a great occasion talking to each one of you present this evening for a wonderful webinar. I would like to say that though we are on a webinar platform, but this is a great occasion to have dialogue and dialogue regarding what? Nikita has given the background and she has also welcomed you all, including Dr. Sankalp and Dr. Lalit, who are co-panelists with me today. Well, in my capacity as the President IESRF, I would like to once again welcome you all, and you are most important in the publishing process. Dear editors and the editor-in-chief of various journals who have assembled here, and you are also joined by various authors, publishers, and of course, our critical analyzer. So friends, we have been having elections almost all the year round. We had our national election only 102 or 3 days earlier. So whenever an election is announced, there is a code of conduct. And today, what we are going to talk about is editor's code of conduct, where in the research integrity and publishing practices. Well, friends, I have an agenda on my hand that I will be talking about indexing of the journal and also about the impact factor. So I will be talking about how to get the journal index, contribution to the journal, quality parameters, role and responsibilities of authors, reviewers, whom I said critical analyzers, editors, and publisher for the indexing. Well, from the past 3 years, we are happy to share with you, and many of us know that as a student cracks one examination, we have used the same word that we have been successful in getting Scopus recognition, UGC care list recognition, NLM catalog recognition, and also DOAJ recognition. They are all part of PubMed, and I would like to personally congratulate all those who have got these index. So to start with, it is in seriatim, Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Ophthalmology, got Scopus, and Dr. Rajendra is the editor-in-chief. Indian Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology Research, Dr. Manish R. Pandey, he gets the double credit for getting Scopus and NLM Catalog 2. IP Indian Journal of Clinical and Experimental Dermatology got Scopus, and Dr. P.K. Kavirasan is the editor-in-chief. IP International Journal of Medical Microbiology and Tropical Diseases got Scopus, and Dr. Neelam Jain is the editor-in-chief. Panacea Journal of Medical Sciences, DOAJ Index, and Dr. Madhur Gupta is the editor-in-chief. IP Annals of Prosthodontics and Restorative Dentistry, you got your UGC Care Index, and Lieutenant Colonel Poonam is the editor-in-chief. Indian Journal of Clinical Anesthesia, again got the double Scopus and NLM catalog. And Dr. Lalit Gupta is one of our panelists, deserve all congratulations, not for only his journal. He keeps on hammering each one of us that we do our best. Journal of Contemporary Orthodontics got Scopus, and Sarvaraj Singh Kohli is the editor-in-chief. Similarly, IP Journal of Diagnostic Pathology and Oncology got Scopus Index, and Indranil is the editor-in-chief. Indian Journal of Microbiology Research, Anand Bhima is the editor-in-chief. Indian Journal of Pathology Oncology got NLM, and Bhanusri is the editor-in-chief. International Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Research, Dheeraj got NLM catalog. International Journal of Pharmaceutical Chemistry and Analysis, NLM catalog, Dr. Krishna is the editor-in-chief. Journal of Dental Specialties, NLM catalog, Neeta Pasricha. International Dental Journal of Students Research, Mohan Kumar was able to get the NLM catalog. Current Trends in Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Chemistry also had the NLM catalog. Amit G. Nerkar is the editor-in-chief. I once again, on behalf of this publishing house, would like to congratulate, and please keep it up, and not only keep it up, please continue to convey the message that what you have achieved is not very difficult, and so others will take the initiative and get it. Now, coming back to the subject, as I said, that we have analyzed which journals got indexed and which are not indexed. And so we could visualize the gaps. And today we are here to talk about those gaps that could be easily filled up. And we'd like to share with you for all these non-indexed journals. Well, friends, Dr. Lalit Gupta is going to talk about integrity and research integrity and publishing practices. So, publication ethics, there is scope. Each one of us are familiar with Committee on Publishing Practices, and there are organizations like NISO, National Institute of NISO is National Institute of Science Organization. So this keeps on connecting you with the development that is ever changing in the digital world and is responsible for technology. Well, as editors, the publishers decide for you that which organizations you should be connected with. So there are World Association of Medical Editors, very famous, WAME. There is Council of Medical Editors. There is International Committee of Medical Journal Editors. Well, indexing and abstracting databases. Now, Scopus, everybody is so familiar with. It was from Elsevier. Then PubMed, and not only PubMed, DataMed also. Well, DOAJ is another organization. Thomson Reuters was there, which came out with EBSCO. Google Scholar is so very much familiar. ResearchGate is there. And last but not the least, Wave of Science is so very famous, and we would like you to be a part of that. Now the question arises, why journal indexing is important. We can keep on publishing without bothering to index our journal. No, we always try to grade ourselves. We always allow our hospitals also to be graded by the agencies. So here also journal indexing is so important. Friends, I am aware that you are not full-time editors. You are part-time editors, but committed editors. So you have to understand, and I am very sure that you already are aware of it, that a journal without indexing is almost like a piece of grass. So we want it to be visible, and there has to be credibility of the journal after it is indexed, and the quality also is known. There is a research impact factor, which I will be talking about. Academic and professional benefits we derive out of this indexing. Well, it also encourages funding by various agencies, and maybe you get permission to get through various libraries and various organizations. So various collaborations are there. And finally, you are ranked and your evaluation takes place. Now, how the evaluation process and the indexing criteria develops. So, ethics and peer review policies are so very important. This is one of the pointers in when we are being considered for indexing, and assessment criteria for these submitted articles have to take place in proper perspective. There has to be transparency in the editorial board, and international standard serial number is to be given to each article, and established publishing schedule has to be maintained. Not that you have published now and then you are sitting tight, not coming out with another issue. Digital object identifiers are also there, and this is here where each article has to be given a digital object identifier, and copyright requirements are so very much essential because you have to contain yourself within these limits. Now, talking about Web of Science, I said this is not the last, rather very important. This is a journal evaluation process adopted by Web of Science. So what are the steps? Number one step, initial tries, then goes on to editorial tries, then goes on to editorial evaluation, and then we decide that whether this has become successful and unsuccessful. So let's talk about the various headings under which initial tries is done. With little effort from the publishing house, it has been our observation that this initial tries is not difficult. You should have an ISSN number. You must have a journal title, which you already have. You must have a publisher, which you have. You have to have URL. This is compulsory for online journals. There has to be content access. There has to be presence of peer review policy, and there has to be context details. So these are the things over which we build up. So initial tries is never difficult. Then the second stage has something more, and this is editorial tries. This also usually we are through. So there has to be scholarly content. The article titles and article abstracts in English should be there. Bibliographic information in Roman script has to be there. Clarity of language, timeliness and or publication volume, website functionality, or journal format, presence of ethical statements, editorial affiliation details, author affiliation details. So most of the times we are through these two steps, but the third step is where some of the journals that I have enumerated have crossed this barrier, others are in this stage. And so this is very important. Please hear them with rapt attention. So number one, editorial board composition. It should be such that it must seem that it is across the country and maybe not located within 1, 2, or 3 institutes. The statements must have proper validity. Peer review process must have been followed very strictly. Content relevance is also so important. Grant support details will have to be given. Adherence to community standards are so important. Author distribution also will have to looked into, and appropriate citations to the literature will also have to be seen, which will be taught by our Dr. Sankalp Yadav just now. Now, the impact criteria are comparative citations, author citations, editorial board citations, and content significance. Now, after the editorial trial, if there is a successful outcome, then starts editorial evaluation, and then so many other factors are there. If it has not been successful, so then again go back to failed initial trials. So resubmission welcomes as soon as issues have been resolved. But now there is a barrier of 1 year and 2 years. If there is a failed editorial trials, then on first evaluation, resubmission is welcome as soon as issues have been resolved. But on consecutive evaluation, resubmission is subject to embargo of at least 1 year. So you have to wait if more than one chances, one or more evaluations have not been successful. Now, if failed editorial quality evaluation, then resubmission is subject to embargo of at least 2 years. Now it becomes 2 years. And failed editorial impact evaluation, that entry or continued coverage of in ESCI becomes important. Citation activity will have to be monitored, and re-evaluation will be subject to journal's performance. Well, coming back to the second part of my talk, the impact factor. So what is the journal impact? Journal impact measures the frequency with which the average article in a journal has been cited in a given year. I would like to repeat, the journal impact measures the frequency with which the average article in a journal has been cited in a given year. Now, this is a calculation which is not very difficult either. So, the formula is current year cites to articles published in your journal in the previous 2 years divided by number of articles published in your journal in previous 2 years. This is equal to impact factor. Now, for example, 1,456 citations in 2016, the year of reference, to papers published in Geophysics, that was the journal, in 2014, not dash, 2014 and 2015, divided by how many articles published? 609 articles published in Geophysics in 2014 and 15. So this comes to 2.391. So this is the impact factor in 2016. Now, since all of us are here, let us begin with the person who is always behind the scene, but is the important person who prepares the manuscript and is the author. So choose a good peer-reviewed journal. This has to be always examined by the author which journal they should choose. So peer-reviewed journals are to be preferred. As we are sitting here, there are other publishers also, but like Innovative Publication follows this peer-reviewed mechanism. So this is one of the journals. Ensure manuscript quality and their relevance. Carefully read all the journal authors' guidelines. So first point should be that you have to go through the author's guideline printed in the journals. Use relevant keywords and citation, and the relevance of keywords will be talked about by Dr. Jadhav. Engage in post-publication promotion. This is very important. Wherever you are making your presentations, you are talking to your colleagues, maybe even in media, you can engage the media for post-publication promotion. Monitor citation rates and impact. Well, how about reviewers? Reviewers have a very important role. So unbiased review and quality of content has to be there. Fair review process to maintaining confidentiality, again very important. Quality of published content, again becomes important. The timely review is one aspect which has to be there. You accept to review, and if you are not submitting, the articles are delayed for clearance. Follow all the reviewer guidelines, and reviewer also have the basic instinct to promote the journal they are working for. Coming to editors, our main personnel present here today, conduct editorial board meetings. This is very important. We are there in the editorial board, but maybe we are not having proper meetings. So please frame that we have these schedule of editorial board meetings, and then lead the editorial board from the front, and let it seem to be really functional. Quality of published content will be very important. Fair publication, timely decisions, and maintaining confidentiality. Disclosure and conflicts of interest are so very important. Dealing with misconduct, upgrade ourselves with code of conduct of publications. Promotion of the journal, again, is important for you as well. Suggestion of new reviewers must be a constant flow, and definitely you have to follow the editorial guideline. Now, advice for publishers: publication ethics guidelines, support in editorial conduct, maintain research integrity, editor's code of conducts meeting and toolkit, transparency in publication ethics, follow all policies for research publication and ethics, training and support, resource development for researchers. So publishers are there to help you, and publishers will have to follow it for their own interest. Keep on taking help from them. This is one of the board meetings which I had myself attended. So friends, thank you very much for your patient hearing. I will stop sharing. Nikita, I hand it over you back to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for enlightening us with this information. So, I mean, this is very important topic, and I would like to inform you all the editors who are joining. This is the take-home message for all of us. that the editors, reviewers, and authors are, along with publisher, is the backbone of the journal's quality, right? So we must be aware about our role and responsibility as per the norms which is conducted by National Information Standard Organization, WAM, and COPE and other institution. So every information we had uploaded into on our website, and along with that, even we had created one resource segment. Our training and support team is created one resource team website for all of you. So after this next presentations, I'm sharing you all these resources with you so that you can go ahead with the informations bites in the form of video and in a form of PowerPoint presentation also, which is available under the resources segment of ours. Second thing is that as a role and responsibilities, I would like to add one more point, that every one of you are requested to update your affiliation designation on the editorial board. If there is any changes, please connect to our editorial board as soon as possible. Third and most important point is that indexing evaluation procedure, they are sending emails to the editors, right? So if you are if the editors are not replying that emails, that you are not concerned with the journal, your contribution is not to the journal, then that again this particular editorial evaluation process will get distracted. So you all are requested for this update on your emails and reply your emails too. So this is the take home message which Dr. Jha sir had shared with us. So we can take a question and answer after the presentation of Dr. Sankalp sir, because these all panelists are excellent in the research publication segment. So I want that we can take the question answers to every one of them. So now the time is come to listen our eminent young proficient academician with more than 260 plus publication, and with H index of 24 and I-10 index of 54, Dr. Sankalp Yadav, General Duty Medical Officer, 2nd Department of Medicine and TB. He will enlighten us with the knowledge on MASH term and citation. Over to you, Dr. Sankalp.
Thank you very much, Nikita ji. And can you is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible to us.
All right. Thank you. So thanks everyone for being a part of this wonderful webinar. The vital role of MESH terms and citations is my topic. And I would like to say that this is a very important thing when it comes to publication. So what is MESH? MESH stands for Medical Subject Headings. It is a standardized keywords present in the MASH database to index articles in Medline and the PubMed. The MASH database is a vocabulary thesaurus developed by the National Library of Medicine for indexing articles in PubMed. It provides information on content of an article, changes the medical terminology in published literature, is reflected by MASH headings, which are regularly updated by the NLM. Like every year, every 2 years, they do it usually. And terms which are included in MASH vocabulary are further subdivided into 4 types. Like it's basically 4 terms which are used. These are headings, subheadings, supplementary concept records, and the publication types. I would like to highlight a little more on this. So exactly, what are these? So a heading is a concept. This is basically a descriptor, you know, like if you are finding a topic to write, then you're looking for a particular specific terminology, a term like, okay, Sundar block is there. So you basically, these are the descriptors, which is the concept mentioned in the biomedical literature. Then comes a subheading, which is basically attached to the MASH headings. And these are the qualifier that clearly describes a definite aspect of a concept. And then comes the SCR, which I earlier mentioned. These are chemicals, drugs, chemical drugs and rare diseases, and are labeled usually. The The publication type further describes the type of research that is indexed. So these are the 4 types, basically 4 terms utilized for mesh, and how to search for mesh terms on PubMed database. So there are 3 ways you could do it. It's very simple. Using the
Excuse me, Dr. Sankalp, can
Yes,
you
sir.
make it full size?
Oh, sure, sir. I'm serious. So sorry. Just a second, sir.
There
Some
is
technical.
a slide show. There is a
Yeah, I
slide
know. Yeah.
on the top after.
I guess, yeah. So this is the how to search for a mesh keywords on the PubMed database. Using the mesh browser, that is the first and the easiest way. Using mesh keywords from the selected PubMed articles, like those that have been already published and are available in the databases. And there is one more. This is using the mesh on the on-demand tool. So using mesh browser, it's a simple way. Like open the PubMed homepage, look for the Explore or More Resources option, click on the mesh database link. The window showing the word mesh on the left side of the ribbon will be seen. From here, look for the horizontal panel where you can type words for direct search of mesh terms. Like, you can type any word related to your research. For example, you can type a drug resistance and then click on search. The next page will show the definition of the word that was typed, if it is PubMed or mesh word, or else it will suggest an existing mesh keyword to you. So that's how you will come to know the number of articles related to that, and you would also, it will be much easier for you to actually reference those which are actually important to you. Using mesh keywords from the selected PubMed articles, this is the second way of searching the mesh words, and it's just very simple. Just open the abstract of the relevant article and look below the abstract for the mesh terms. It will show all the mesh terms related to that article. And now come to the third part, which is a little like, using the mesh on demand tool. So with the availability of all AI and all these things currently, here you can copy and paste up to 10,000 characters. So it will like following this mesh terms are highlighted using natural language processing and NLM index, medical text indexer is used. So it helps the author in looking up mesh keywords even without having done the mesh indexing, or even in looking up any downloads of mesh article, mesh for the article. You can start by pasting the link which is mentioned over here. You can use it on the browser to open mesh on demand tool. After copying and pasting the concerned text or abstract, press the button that reads find mesh term. All mesh terms will be highlighted in the paragraph, and a list of ranked meshed words or an alphabetical list of mesh terms will be displayed on the right side of the screen, making your job a little much easier. Now I'm coming back to impact of the mesh terms on the citations. I mean, like basically, yeah, why we are using this mesh terms? Why don't we just write anything? Why journals are asking specifically for a mesh terms per the specific set guidelines? So this is the reason. I mean, it increases the scientific visibility of an article, its chances of being retrieved by authors who are performing a literature search for relevant topics. The mesh database has a hierarchy or tree structure because of which both broader and more specific searches yield better results. So like, it actually highlights an important article by using this mesh terms during this thing. The terms are annually updated in the English language to reflect changes in terminology and account for variations in language, synonyms, and alternate spellings. So this actually I highlighted. I was a little. Now, the pros of using mesh terms. Mesh terms provide a universal article labeling system. It's very simple. Like all over the world, the same mesh term will be utilized. The official words or phrases that are labeled as mesh terms represent a particular biomedical concept in the Medline. It is already defined. The official mesh list provides term for indexes to a label in an article. This particularly helps in locating an article specific to a topic, and efficient search is facilitated by the mesh terms. Now, impact of using and not using mesh terms. If mesh terms are not used as keywords by authors and the journal does not insist on its use, this leads to poor visibility of the article, thereby reducing the chances of the article being cited. Obviously, this is the same thing that I actually pointed out while I began this thing. And the impact of this is dual, obviously, to the author and to the journal. Dr. Jha sir was highlighting about the indexing and the journal impact factor and all those things. So there are less chances of these authors who are like not using this mesh terms for being cited, and them being not recognized and not acknowledged for their research. And obviously for the journal, the impact factor will be low, or maybe it will not be there. So the impact factor is calculated by the number of articles that are cited from the journal in the last 2 years, and sir has already highlighted this thing. Further, there are certain limitations related to the use of MASH terms. One may or may not be able to retrieve an article that was recently published, and this is yet to be indexed on the Medline due to the short lag time between the citations that are entered into the PubMed database and the description with the MASH terms. As MASH terms are not available for most genes, it is difficult to find research topics with gene names. I mean, like few exceptions are there, like BRCA1 and 2 and all those. MASH terms may not be added to the latest emerging research, and like articles are also difficult to retrieve if they are not indexed on the Medline. PubMed includes over 1.5 million articles that are not indexed with MASH for Medline. So this is how, these are the certain limitations. In the circumstances, a basic keyword search would be the best way to retrieve articles. So these are the references. I guess mine was a little quick one because we are actually short of time, I think. So I'm done with this. If you have any questions, kindly put this in the box. I will just get back to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for so crisp presentation which you had shared on the citation and MASH terms. So citation is very important. One of the question is how you go for the post publication promotion. It is by Dr. Kulkarni, I guess.
Post publication promotion?
Yeah, Dr. Anand Jaganand, please elaborate on the post publication promotion. So is it related to the citation, or I mean,
obviously it's not related to citation, to be frank. Citation is related, it's a totally different thing. Basically, it is related, if I believe this gentleman is from India, and there are set guidelines for promotion in India for the number of publications and all. I guess I'm not working with the medical college, so I'm the last person to ask this thing. I guess Dr. Lalit would highlight this thing better. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Dr. Lalit, sir, please.
So as far as the post publication promotion you are asked, post publication, this promotion is not a new thing. It is a general practice for many of the journals. However, it doesn't help in the citation. The only thing is that it increases the reachability of the author, the new students to your topic, and once they copy it, and then this is the second. Immediately you won't get any citation. But in the meanwhile, your research is widely disseminated in the few journals have their websites on Twitter, few have the Instagrams, and few on the Facebook, they and LinkedIn. So they just is a method of just sharing the knowledge, and it is not wrong practice, but it should not be charged, as the journals have the policy of charging for the post promotion. So it should be free. I won't name any journal who are charging for this, but it should be free from my opinion.
Sir, is this ORCID and Publon and other sites also? I mean, they are also doing this post publication of type of things. No.
It is by the journal only. Few journals are doing it.
Okay. So the next question is about the Q1 and Q2 journals. So we have to highlight on that. So any one of you are requested to give answer on Q1 and Q2.
The question is non-specific actually.
It is the question by audience. Okay, so next one is we can take a few more question. Actually, there is a huge number of questions. Before that, we can have your presentation too, sir. So we can continue with the this and now I for our now this is time to come for the presentation of Dr. Lalit Gupta. He's the editor-in-chief to the Indian Journal of Clinical Anesthesia. It is a Scopus Index journal and a great academician with a vast history of publications and editorial conducts. So I'm glad to invite Dr. Lalit Gupta, sir, for presentation on the topic related to the research integrity and the publishing practice. So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Nikita ma'am. With the due permission of Jha sir, I am going to discuss a very important topic that is not only meant for the authors and reviewers, but also when they become the editors, they should know that research is not a simple thing, and once they get promoted to the higher ranks, the liability of the work increases. So, if you see, our journal has recently been indexed in the Scopus, and I'm very thankful to all of you and all my author reviewers, the hard work they have paid for the journals, and I really invite the good authors, and usually they just submit their work for our journal, and we will try to get as many as good publications as possible with us. So what I was trying to say that once the author becomes an editor in chief, new journey starts. But what type of journey? Well, one should be very happy. Now I am become the editor in chief of the journal. Now I am at the top of the world. But no, this is the just the tip of the iceberg. The challenges that an editor in chief faces, because there is always time for continuous improvement. You have to make the things better. You have the responsibility to take your journal to a newer heights. But how? There it comes as called the research integrity and research ethics. Because for every research, it is not only that means you are conducting the research according to the high professional and ethical standard and the result is trustworthy. We suppose that you guys, the authors, are doing it and we rely highly on your research work. But at the same time, there are some ethical issues that may arise when conducting research in both the animals and human beings. So the ethics and integrity of the research are interrelated because whenever you are publishing something, an editor is facing two things like data integrity. The image that you have been shared in your journal, it should be of high integrity and should have the proper copyright. The authorship concern, I'm not going to take these topics up because every subtopic is a big chapter, big lecture inside. But you should know that authorship disputes happens many times during with the editor. The plagiarism, this is now at present is available in every journal, and most of the journals tries to minimize it less than 20 or less than 10 as per their policy. Duplicate submission means the authors have not only published sent the articles in your journal, they have also sent it to the many journals, and they run. So they just in any journal it gets selected, and they say that your review procedure is very slow, so we are taking it back. So this type of duplicate submission of publication is also a ethical concern, and reuse of the third party content means without the permission the data is used. And again, the competing interest, the sponsors are always there. And there are new things that have been added in the AI in the research and writing, which is including a lot of causing a lot of ethical issues in the for editors. And moreover, the biases, the breaches of confidentiality in the peer review, because in few journals we have the practice that they are suggesting the reviewers of your choice. It is not a bad practice, but the reviewer should not be sent those articles. However, the reviewer should be kept as a database for the another reviews, another articles that are sent by the author. So, how to uphold publishing ethics and research integrity is the main question in front of an editor whenever he is heading a journal and he wants to take it to the new indexing like COPE, like IJJME, like Scopus or the PubMed. Because you see, this is just today's news. I just saw in the newspaper that academic publishers hit with the antitrust suit over the peer review. The person has put a claim, very high claim, saying that the journal is taking the money from us and is giving the 0 rupees to the peer review. But at the same time, the peer reviews are not of good quality and the reviews wrongly accepted. Remember, the peer review process is a prominent feature of the academic publishing process for commercial and non-profitable publishers, like for journals and books, which have been the target of criticism from the since long. The article that is published is good. If it is not published, means that there is something wrong with the journal. It is not the policy. Because there is always a conspiracy against the major commercial publisher in the world, and it will exist. And Wiley has the biggest publisher house in the world has told that the suit is without the ban. It is only the today's news, and there are so many news which you can find on the Google. So how you will deal with this? Who is their mentor for you, and who is guiding to you? So you have an organization of editors which decide the standard policies, what you should do, what you should not do for your journal. These standard policies are advocated by organizations called as the WME, Committee on the Publication Ethics, that sets the publication ethics, the code, the International Committee of the Medical Journal Editor, the ICMJE, and the Council of the Science Editor. These are the few governing bodies which make the ethical issues the sort out and make the publication guidelines for all the editors in publication houses. So regarding issues such as archiving of the journal content, management of potential conflict of interest, the handling of the errata, transparency of the journal process and policies, including the fee structure, is all guided by these publication agencies. They are the ethical bodies of our profession. Joining bodies like Wiley and ICMJ is crucial because you have the have clarified the author's guidelines, like clear guidelines who should be the author and how the permission of the contribution in scientific publication should be made. They give the independent advice, like both offer the independent advice in the field, maintaining the standard, promote integrity in the medical publishing. Moreover, membership helps in uploading the ethical and standards as bodies like WIME are involved in identifying and combating the predatory and pseudo journals which just take the money and without peer review they publish the articles, contributing to the overall integrating of our publishing. And finally, the conflict of interest oversight. This is a need for an independent body to hold organizations like Hope, WIME accountable, ensuring transparency and conflict of interest in academic publishing. In summary, all the editors should try to join the WIME and ICMJE analysis their adherence to the ethical standard, ensure the proper authorship recognition, and contribute to the integrity of publication. Now, as I told you, the AI has become the new for the ethics because the development of generative AI technology such as GPT in research and writing has raised new questions. AI tools were used appropriately and responsibly, they only enhance the quality of the publication. But at the same time, the issue of authorship is being addressed by Cope and by the academic institution and publishers by their own set of guidelines. Remember, AI tool cannot meet the requirements of authorship, nor it can be listed as an author of a paper, since they have no legal standing. You cannot put a legal notice against the AI. Authors are the accountable for their originality, validity, and integrity of the content. And if you use AI tools, you must do so responsibly and in accordance with the AI policy and other editorial policies of your journal. Again, the another thing that the journal editor faces is the complaint of misconduct. This complaint is not a single type. It can be an assessment where the merit is about the what evidence is there and how does it impact the article or the chapter. Is there any complicating interest? Due diligence. Ensure the appropriate step is followed at every step. Every step is transparent. The care and attention. Ensure that the allegation that is put like the my article has been taken from that journal, the figure is not is without my permission. All these type of allegations are taken seriously and the documentation is handled carefully. Moreover, the confidentiality. Ensure all sensitive information during a complaint or investigation remains confidential. And finally, the anonymity. For complaints and reviewers who do not wish to reveal their identity, it should not be disclosed by the journal editor. So, for editor, first speak with your publisher. Whenever you get such a complaint about any article, about duplicate publication, about the peer review system of your journal, always speak with your publisher. Journal publishing is always a team effort. Handling research, integrating, and publishing ethical issues relating to the journal is no exception. These issues also may give rise to or involve the legal issues, so keep your publisher in the loop. As a first step to addressing any issue, we suggest that editor, publisher, and other journal team members discuss the concern raised over a meeting. These discussions happen before taking any further action, and that the legal advice is sought if necessary. In particular, the issues involve the potential defamation of the author, the breach of the contract, or the privacy or copyright case. So, what does the WIME, the World Association of Medical Editors, do in such a case? It's an international virtual organization that brings together the editors of all over the world and with the following aims of improve the editorial standards, to promote the professionalism in medical editing through education, self-criticism, and self-regulation, and encourage the research on the principle and practice of medical editing. I will show you some examples similarly, but you should know how to you should get the WIME membership. You should go to the official site of WIME. There is a link of WIME membership. Just click it. Check the criteria that the journal, which is on the registration page, that the journal must follow these criteria, and if it meets the specific criteria, peer reviewed journal editors meeting specific qualification, they are usually invited on login and register for the system. Applicants will receive the automatic emails with instructions further how to submit your journal case to become a member. And eligibility review may take up to a month, so be patient. An editor with non-online journals must provide master and author instructions. This is in non-English language, should also translate them to the English. So there is all provision of all type of language. So whenever you get to the WIME and you are a member, you see three types of things. The policy, which is for the means for the ethical support, the resources that they give you to read, and the support. Whenever you have a problem, you can discuss your case. There is a WIME server list area where you can put your query and they will help you out. For example, this is my profile where I'm a member of the scholar, member of the WIME, and I go and we discuss very often few critical events, like I've shown you one, handling AI in journal manuscript should be the first author or the co-author. So we have given the many people are there who have given their opinions, and the server blind peer review and reprint. Some author to reprint the server before submission and dissemination. So is it legal? Is it okay? Is it ethically okay? So such type of questions are come to the editor's mind, which we can discuss freely on these websites. Similarly, the another one is the International Committee of Medical Journal Editors. And to become a member of international committee, you should understand the role, the what it plays with the journal. It familiarizes yourself with the mission to improve the quality of the publication of your journal. Periodically, ICMJB seeks new member journals and they give the invitation if you have already logged in or you have once visited their website. So engage in medical editing, active involvement is always welcome, and contact show your interest to being a member of the ICMJB by directly your official channel. This type of mails they often send to the editors of many journals that the ICMJ is seeking new member journals to be represented by their editor-in-chief, and all the information is available at their website. The journal should meet the following criteria, like should be peer review, the medical journal, editor is knowledgeable about the publication ethics. Remember the publication ethics, what they are using, and it should be followed. Editors who expect to be in the position for at least 3 years because the policies they are making in discussion with the general editor, and an editor who can be relied upon to respond promptly and participate in discussion throughout the year. This is a network of discussion where we as the editor discuss with the other editors all over the world and we make the policy for the betterment of the ethics. Similarly, another one is the Council of the Science Editors. Where you visit to the science of the this Council of Science Editors, go to the website, click the CSC membership, join, and renew the application. Consider for any queries about you and familiarize yourself with their mission and purpose. I'm not saying that you should be a member of YMA, ICAME, or CSC at the same time. See, whatever applicable is your general qualifies of this type of society, go and try your membership. Because once you are a member of these type of policies, like I am a member of CSC also, you will get this type of publication your profile where you can discuss and send the previous any files with the other members. In the end, I will say your job has just now started and you should go to become, you should follow the publication ethics and take your journal to the newer. Thank you very much. So,
Thank you very
Nikita
much,
ma'am.
sir. Thank you very much. So, there is a huge number of questions in the question answer box.
Right. Nikita,
So,
there was a question
yes, sir.
on Q12. So I talked in detail why we should get our journals indexed. And we concluded that it should be the quality of the journal. I also talked about impact factor. So there could be Q1, Q2, and maybe
Yes.
3, 4, 5,
Q3,
6.
Q4, yeah.
And the highest impact is 1. And so it comes down likewise. So it is just the grading of quality of a particular journal.
By the Scopus itself, this is the grading of quality into the index. They can be criticized on the basis of some criteria. Like in Q1 is a totally they are a scholarly peer-reviewed journal, but they are a specialty journal. Just
Yes.
like the rheumatology, our one journal is International Journal of. Sir, you are the editor in that journal too, sir.
Right.
So that particular subject specialty journal is falling under the Q1 session, sir. So this is the question. Then next one is that assessment criteria fulfilling for getting the indexing of the journal. So Dr. Jha sir had mentioned all the 28 criteria. It is varies from evaluation agency to agency. Like 28 criteria should be taken care by Web of Science, but Scopus also more and less they are evaluating on the same thing. But the most important thing which Dr. Lalit sir had covered in his presentation is that research integrity, because this is the backbone, and publication ethics is the backbone for the publication in all and index criteria for the all indexing evaluation agencies. So anything add you want to add, sir?
No, you
No.
have
Yeah,
already
okay.
said all the 28 points enumerated. Right.
Yes,
Lalit?
sir. They must evaluate these all points.
Right.
So next question is by again Dr. Kulkarni is asking that some journals are PubMed is cancelled. Afterwards, now we are losing our points. Is it possible to identify such journal? So I would like to inform you that every journal must be follow the transparency publication rules. Okay, so every information will be available on the website. If you are finding the journal's details on the Scopus website, then it is mentioned there that from where, when, until when the Scopus coverage is there. So in during this period and during the evaluation period also, if your article is get publishing, there is no chance to lose your points. Yeah, but what happens sometimes there is misguidance also on the website, so you must be careful during that particular information showing on the website. Just like some journals are showing they are discontinued at this quarter into the evaluating agencies like Scopus or in PubMed. But what happened is they are showing that this was indexed in PubMed, right? So we are getting confused that it is PubMed index. So we must be careful and we have to go on the website of PubMed or NLM, and then only we can
We
decide.
should verify
We
that.
have- Yes, we have to cross verified on the
Yeah. And
indexing
before submitting any article, you should check on the Scopus or PubMed the availability of the journal. If it is not there, it means that the information may be fake or the journal may have not been qualified till that.
Next question is taken care, asked by Dr. Anand sir, and he is asking, please elaborate on the post-publication promotion. So this is mentioned in the Dr. Jha sir presentation. He is even advised to to authors and reviewers, editors to do this. So what is this actually? Once we are publishing our work, right? So we have to use their general reference name to the conferences where we are, citing. Dr. Lalit sir also adding this information next to this. Sir, please add your points too.
So what I was saying that the few of the journals have the policy that where the editor choose the best of the articles of the publication and they post it on their website, like on the Twitter, on the Instagram, and which attracts the more of the reviewers. And once they go that, then they see all the other articles, and once they see they use it in their work, and they automatically increases the citation of the journal. So post publication promotion is not a bad idea, despite it should be free always and it should not be charged by the journal, because it's only the helping the journal to get the citation as well as the spreading the information about the good work that the editor think that people must.
Exactly, sir. One anonymous question is there. Many journal collect publication charges, and it is right time to remunerate for reviewers for the quality review and timely submission. I appreciate your question. But as Dr. Jha sir and Dr. Lalit sir is, showing standard organizations white papers, and they are the statutory bodies who are preparing these criteria. So this is not a ethical procedure. So we encourage, even all of the great editors are encouraging, great publication house are encouraging authors, reviewers to remunerate them in a form of points, and they help into the waiver of the APCs for the
Yes.
publication. Yes. So this is actually the way we can encourage the authors and reviewers. But to pay money is unethical procedure into the publishing prospects actually. So next question is again the how can a journal be PubMed index any criteria? Yes, there is a huge number of criterias, and you have to go through the
PubMed.
criterias list on the PubMed website, that is NLM website. It is available there, and but everything again depends on the ethics and the good editorial conduct practices. So this is the big one. After that only we can get any journal to be promoted in the indexing.
And it takes time.
It takes time. It is it is a long procedure actually. Because the evaluating agencies also check your past issues, your past editorial processes, right? So there it is a lengthy process actually,
And
Dr.
even they watches you prospectively for even for an year and the past 1 or 2 years. So it takes quite a long time to get the PubMed index. But once you start the process, you follow the ethical guidelines. There is a very high chance that once you will soon get your PubMed.
One more thing is that just like they are even taking watch on the upcoming procedures also, like
Yes,
if yeah, re-evaluation process of this indexing is going on continuously. If you go through the website of Scopus, you may find there is index journal and they are discontinued journal in every quarter. So they are re-evaluating your ethical procedures, and they are watching this all very and that's why I mean we suggest that we must be follow all the good practices provided by Committee of Publication Ethics, WAME, ICMJ,
okay.
etc. Yes. So then again, so, one question by Dr. Kishore: how do we know the genuine indexing of any journal? I just informed you that you have to go to the website of the journal, and also you may cross check on the website of the evaluating agencies like in this Scopus and PubMed. You must have to cross check that. So one of the editors saying for the editorial board meeting, yes, Innovative Publication Training and Support team is conducting editorial board meeting frequently for the various editorial board. So we update you for the next one.
Yes.
Okay, so next question is for you. How to detect the use of AI in a research paper? Are
So
there any guideline to use of an AI in a publication?
So this is my favorite topic. Actually, I have written an article, the editorial lastly on this, how to detect the AI in your pub submission. Apart from that, the journal usually purchases services which are the AI detector software, which we employ whenever editor have a doubt that the article is written. Because there is a writing pattern of each article which is written by article. They use the comprehensive words, the styling. There are the few methods you can easily make out the article is written by AI. And in case still you have a doubt, you can run through the software and it will give the AI content. Even I have seen many articles, the people have written the article from AI by the submitted on a journal and it got a 100% AI content. So it can be detected with the software. We have available.
Okay, I just got an call from the training and support team, my colleague, that innovative publication is also launched an AI detector for their manuscript AI.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, one next question is, how does an editor or journal identify any falsification of data, fabrication of data using AI? Actually, this is a very long, vast topic. So we can
Uh,
come with a presentation or
a
with
new
some
new
yes,
presentation on that. But we have a software with our general which detects the AI. As ma'am has just told that we have purchased the software as well as our editors are experienced enough to find out that which article is written by AI.
yes. So this is software we have, and the next question is. Okay, again, the most question is repeatedly coming that how you can detect that manuscript that is written by AI tool
Okay.
actually.
I give you a simple tip to detect the AI. If you're reading an article and you could not find any mistake, that means the article is written by AI. Simple. If you can find out even the punctuation, the commas and other things that the words are not appropriate, the grammar even that means that it is written by the human.
Yeah,
If
okay.
there is error free, means it's by the, and you know human has the tendency to make the error. So you can easily make out which is AI, which is even if you don't have the software.
One question is which database is more reliable, that is Web of Science or Scopus. So both the databases are reliable, and on NLM, Web of Science, Scopus, these all are the reliable, in databases and abstracts. Okay, so there is again a huge number of questions are coming continuously. So we definitely come with the answer to you privately. We had noted all the question with us. We can revert with you. One question is, I want to take it, Dr. Lalit sir, why do the index journal take so much time for process any article?
So as I told you, now we have to maintain the research integrity and research. So whenever you are maintaining the integrity of the research, you need the best of the reviewer. And reviewers always spend time. The good reviewer is not saying the article is okay, it can be accepted, or they are just check your grammar. These are not by the reviewers' work. It is by the human work. The good reviewers give the constructive comments, and constructive comments take the time because reviewers are the other people, general people like we, and they have to take the extra time to make the publication good. So it takes time. You cannot have it. The one the time the publishing is just taking the management the predicted. So the journal is taking time means the journal is quite reliable. It is working on your topic and they are really, really doing their background work to make it publishing.
Yes, sir. Very clear answer. Sir, one question is there that what is the use of reviewer certificate in a progress of career?
Reviewer certificate means here you are doing good thing. You can show that whenever you are putting that I have done this, it helps you in reaching to the editors, the section editors, the academic editors, the associate editors. Moreover, whenever you show the other people that I am doing the review for this journal and I have so many the other people also get attached with us with you and they help in improving the journal quality as well as the writing. Because the not it is not the certificate, it's the maximum paper you review. You learn how to write the paper. And you know, this is the best thing, this is the most important certificate that you are learning the way of writing, the way of finding the correction. Because whenever then you are writing your paper, you will make those mistakes less. And your paper will be quite good. The more good reviewer you are, the more better writer you will be.
So you are improving not only yourself, your
You are proving
biodata
others.
also gets an uplift, facelift.
Uplift, facelift. It's a facelift actually.
Right.
Dr. Jha, sir, next question is for you. Who is responsible for the journal indexing, the editor or the publisher?
Good question.
Everybody has its role, but the editors have the primary responsibility because you are responsible for maintaining the quality of the publication material, and it is all the publication material that counts for the quality. So I think
Yes.
basically the editorial board and editor-in-chief in particular. But definitely publishers are there to help you out in all these situations.
Exactly, sir. Everyone, author, reviewer,
Everyone has
editor,
a role.
and the publisher, everyone have to be do joint efforts for the best quality of the research publication,
It's
actually.
a teamwork. It's a teamwork.
Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
teamwork. As Dr. Jha said very nicely that everyone of because the editor-in-chief is a leader who lead the show.
Yes.
So he must be a part who will decide. Publisher is not allowed to interfere editorial process so far, actually. So this is a way the editorial conducts. So everyone is responsible for this. Should the journal use criteria that English is not good to reject an article?
Journal should suggest you that your English grammar is not good, so you should take the language services, because you know the journal is your face value. If the article is not good enough, then it means your face value is down. So you should get a suggestion that you should improve it. And if you are not able, how can a journal can publish an article which is not in a proper way? So you must improve before sending. You must get the proofread. Now there are free software available on the internet which you can take the help of for writing the article. But English, since it is our primary language in most of the journals, it has to be good. There is no other way.
Okay, so still there is a number of question, but
Yes,
the
I
repeated question is related to AI. So, sir, I request you that you are an expert in AI too. So, we can come with the next topic for the webinar. The innovative training and support team is coming with the next program on the AI soon. So, we can come on that.
Yes.
And now I am very much thankful to every one of you for joining this webinar. And along with that, I would like to show you that there is some resources we had prepared for all the editors, and these are the resource.ipinnovative.com. So here a small bites video bites we had shared on the important topic related to the role and responsibilities of editors and reviewers and author, and you can go through it and even have a question sessions too after these resources. So you may find small videos and you can take a good learning through this particular section. And recently also we are having one more this segment of on our website. This is the blog actually. So here we want to give a try to give you the small information. I mean, in a short, the information about the various topic related to the research integrity and the related subjects, actually all the related subjects. So you may go through on this website subdomain of course. And now I would like to thank all of our panelists. So this is for Dr. Sorry.
It was for Dr. Lalit Gupta. And let me have
Thank you, sir.
and let me have the opportunity of handing it over to him.
Yes,
Sir,
sir,
it
please.
starts with you only.
Okay.
So this
Thank,
is
thank
for
you.
yes, sir. And now I'm also sharing for Dr. Gupta sir and Dr. Sankalp Yadav sir. Thank you all for joining. I'm trying to find out. Yes, it took time, but I find it out finally.
Oh,
Dr.
that's-
Lalit sir is supporting a lot with the innovative team, training and support team.
yes.
And
So now I take the opportunity of presenting this one to Professor Lalit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
yes, sir. So thank you all, and thank you.
I must say, Nikita, you have been a very good host, and you have
Yes.
in fact
And one
monitored
certificate
the
to
whole
you too.
program. So,
Okay.
so you also deserve a certificate.
Certificate.
So come out with a certificate, which we will both hand it over to you.
The blank one, which we will put the name of Dr. Nikita.
Okay, sir. Sir, these words are more than everything to me, sir.
I'm so
So-
very happy you thought of this, and this I said in the very beginning that this is not a webinar, this is a dialogue. So we had a dialogue with our editors and also with other members like authors, reviewers and all, and
Yes, sir.
publishers.
Yes, actually, there is some confusions to the budding researchers and other researchers too, because it is I mean, this is a vast subject actually, the research publication ethics. So we are trying to explore with our editorial, our training and support team is doing hard work on extensive studies also on this all procedure, and we are trying to make a small video and PPT format, and we try to serve our researchers and even everyone with the information on this.
I
So this
only
is
sincerely hope this has been an eye opener for the non-indexed journals. Thank you.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And after this webinar, you can get your attending certificate also through the website. So you may download, please. And please don't forget to go through the blog section and resource section and guideline section of the website for update yourself. Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Thank
time.
you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Nikita.